the state of Wisconsin has made a few changes to what counts as income for purposes of Medicaid. Guidance came from the federal government about a year ago telling states that because of a bunch of legislative changes, the states would need to update its software, its applications, and some of its income counting methodologies to reflect the new legislation. And we're talking the Jobs Act of 2017, the Budget Act of 2018, the Healthy Kids Act of 2018. The changes in the state of Wisconsin will be effective July 27th, 2020. Centers mostly on how Badger Care Plus will count income and deductions related to alimony or spousal support and moving expenses. The old rule was that a spouse paying alimony would deduct those payments from taxable income, and the spouse receiving alimony would include it as taxable income. And these changes now reflect that the payments are not deductible by the payer and they are not included as income in the recipient. This is for separation or divorce agreements that start January 1st, 2019. If you have a separation or divorce agreement that starts before then, you use the old rule. So keep both rules handy. This change will be effective for people when they have a new Badger Care Plus application, when they make their next renewal, or when they report their income change. Whatever comes first. So the next opportunity you have to apply for benefits, renew your benefits, or report a change in income, this is when that new income counting for alimony rule will be applied. But the date of that divorce agreement will be important. And don't be surprised if you're asked what that date is. It's going to determine if you use the old rule or the new rule. This comes with the caveat, however, that this does not impact child support. The income counting rules for child support are unchanged. Child support is not included in the income of the recipient. It is not counted in MAGI-based income at all. The other change we said was in moving expenses. Moving expenses, including expenses incurred by an individual and or reimbursements from an employer, are no longer deducted from income when calculating that MAGI number, that modified adjusted gross income number, for tax years 2018 through 2025. Now, this does not apply to active duty military. That is the one carve out to this rule change. And again, it is applied to new applications or when somebody is renewing their coverage. So a couple slight tweaks to the income calculation, but we know that sometimes when people are really closest to the edges of eligibility, getting this right matters. In the description below, you can read the ForwardHealth Bulletin that spells out these new modified adjusted gross income calculations. You can read the letter from CMS that went to the states, taking stock of all the legislative changes and making sure the states then updated their own procedures. And we give you a little bit more background on what is MAGI, modified adjusted gross income, in case you're curious more of the details of what's counted, what's not counted as income.